We started with 6 players. The 3 winners moved on. The 3 losers dropped out. If you guys missed some of these games, they were really good. Particularly Ardee versus Berg was an absolute banger. Zed actually put up a pretty interesting point against Zhas as well. A couple interesting points. All right. Zhas, Ardee, and Cold are in the final 3 now. So here's how it's going to work. Each of these guys are going to play each other one time. Okay, best of 5 right now. Each one plays the other one. Now, if one player beats the other 2, he's the champion. He takes home the $50. He moves on. Example, Ardee beats Zhas, then Ardee beats Cold. Okay, boom. He wins. He goes on. Now, in the event of a 3-way tie, each of the players gets 1 win and 1 loss. In that case, we will move on to another. We'll do the exact same thing again, but it's best of 1. Pick your own factions. We do best of 1. Everyone plays each other. If we tie again, we do that 3 times. On the 3rd time, if there's still a tie, it'll be whoever wins their point in the 3rd round the fastest is the tiebreaker. But I don't think that's going to happen. That's a lot of rounds. I went over this a lot in my head, and I think it's going to work well. I mean, we have 6 players, so it's kind of goofy. I think it's going to work well. So let's get right into it here. Can we talk about the players real quick? Let's get a feeling for it here. Cold, new kid on the block. A lot of people don't know who he is. He doesn't really play QM. No QM rank. But this tournament he's come out banging. He took 1st place in the D2 and D1 divisions this month. He's really proven himself. Obviously, yesterday he buried Ed 3-0. To be fair, Ed didn't really know the map. But anyway, Cold, fighting out of Bolivia, 32 years old, beast. And we also have, oh, wait, Cold's not playing. Damn it. Oh, well, anyway, I'll explain all 3 players and I'll not do it again. Zhas, you guys all know him. Kirov reporting on YouTube, age 24. Prefers Allied, top 20. He's been playing 10 years, 3 years competitively. He knows the map. He's been playing Blitz from the beginning. He knows the meta inside and out. He gets the reps in. Probably the crowd favorite. Ardee, also kind of the new kid on the block, 20 years old. Pretty young for this game, honestly. Only been playing competitively for about a year. Primarily a first-person shooter player, but last month he kind of did what Cold did this month. He won D2, he crushed everybody, he crushed D1. He's one of these players who's getting in a lot of reps with the Zhas as well, and he's fighting out of the UK. So let's get right into it. Ardee and Zhas starting things off here. Match number 1, best of 5 preset factions. So we're starting off Soviet versus Soviet. Zhas is in yellow. Let's do it. Come on, come on, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of the Blitz World Series.
All right, here we are, the first match of this semi-pro 3-way championship round here today. Again, guys, we got Ardee in red fighting out of the UK on the right, Zhas in yellow fighting out of Kazakhstan on the left. And but like again, these guys have been playing against each other all month. Zhas, if you guys watch him on YouTube, he's been streaming this map all month, training with some top level guys. Ardee's in that group as well. These guys are getting a lot of reps in. They know the map well and they know each other well. So it's gonna be really interesting to see these guys come out here right away. And it's interesting, you know, a small map like this, it's very chess-like, especially with your openings. A big aspect of this game is anticipating what the other player is going to do, and at the same time not allowing the opponent to anticipate what you're going to do. And that's what it's all about here. So we're going to get right into it and see how these players are bringing. Ardee pushing topside with conscripts, trying to get control of that nuclear reactor. His conscripts don't get it done, but his drone does it pretty well. Now a flak track heading up there. Flak track going to head up there and get it done. Channel point. Oh yeah, I missed all the channel points. I'll just redeem all those. I'm gonna take channel points off. I can't keep up with them. And then it's like I'm getting too distracted by them, and like, what are we really doing? Because they don't matter. So anyway, I'm gonna take those off. Anyone who did them today, I'll redeem them. I'm just gonna turn them off for next time. All right. So let's see. Ardee is able to get the airport on the bottom. Interesting. Both players with Soviet here are choosing to stay behind their castle walls. Pretty interesting. Oh, Berg's got the prediction up. Oh yeah, get your predictions in. Everyone get your predictions in right now. It's still even. You have 20 seconds to get your prediction in. Go, 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 go. Predict. Yeah, pretty even right now. But like we talked about, so a lot of times we see allied Allied stays behind the castle walls. Soviet usually pushes out early on, trying to get some map control. Very interesting to see both these players doing this. Very similar builds here, as we see both players, like we talked about, these guys have practiced with each other. They know the metas that they both know. And so both players going early tech with Soviet. Very interesting to see. We haven't really seen that much this tournament. So super early tech here. And now we see Zhas pushing out with a forward service depot. Interesting. Maybe just a way to kind of counter some... counter drones, but allows him to get into the water as well. So Ardee sees the Kurov and gets out super early, putting some flak on it. All right, Berg, let's close that prediction. Close the prediction right now. So a Boris to counter the naval yard, and bang, 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 counter for counter. Really beautiful play right now. Is that Kurov going to be able to get anything done? I don't think so. Kurov going down. And we do see Zhas now taking a little bit of the map with that forward war factory and a forward Tesla coil. And let's see where we stand on the predictions.
I've got the knowledge.
Anyone get them in? People get some predictions in? How are we doing? So Ardee is the favorite here in this match. That's kind of surprising, but again, well, you know, Ardee has certainly proven himself, and I'm not sure when these guys play, actually. I haven't watched a lot of their matches. I'm not sure who's usually coming out on top. Ardee with a little conscript split on the top side, not going to get much done. Zhas is putting the pressure on with map control and naval control here. Zhas in a pretty good spot. Ardee going to try to counter with a Kurov, possibly try to take out some of this forward position. Zhas going to bring out some naval flak, which is an interesting move here. A couple little flak boats. I like that. Ooh, but Ardee gets himself out of position, trying to attack some walls. Maybe a misclick or some pathing issues. Gets all of his tanks gobbled up. So now Ardee radically behind on Rhinos. He is able to use that Kurov to knock out the naval yard, but another one's going to come right back. And Zhas has a big tank advantage here, and the question is, what is he going to do with it? Oh, gotcha. And so Ardee has to use his Iron Curtain to save his Iron Curtain. Now Zhas using his own Iron Curtain, and Ardee without much left here. And that's going to be a quick GG. Zhas putting the first one on the board. Yeah, sorry. Let me look at the... Is there a way to tell total people versus points? I don't think from here I can see that. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. That's a good point. They should say total amount of people instead of total amount of points. Ghosty Jester with 10K on Ardee. I love it. I love it. So Zhas is putting that first one on the board. And both players, yeah, they came out pretty quick there. Came out pretty quick, looking pretty even. And then just a couple simple... yeah, a couple simple mistakes from Ardee. Just wasn't really able to keep up. It looked like, you saw there. It was interesting to see both players had very similar strategies, but Zhas just executed better. Now, just be you. Aw, Kane. It's as simple as that. I know. The thing is, negativity is so much louder than positivity, man. People are such downers. People that are just like bummers all the time, negative Nancy's. I got a funny little emoji for that. The negative Nancy's. Such a bummer, man. Kane likes my hat, that's all that matters. But it is kind of amazing, like, so many people could be like, oh, great video, and then just one person being like, dumb. And I'm just like, what? Why? Why does he think this? And then I have this wall, and I just sit and carve into it over and over again. I will not attempt to reason with unreasonable people. And I carve it in the wall 1,000 times a day. And then I still do it. All right, let's focus on the match. 2-0 here, match point. It is round robin still, so Ardee's not out of the tournament if he loses here, but obviously does want to pick up a win. Zhas looking pretty tough, though, realistically. Is able to take the nuclear reactor here. Interesting to see Allied versus Soviet, and we're not seeing Ardee push. Ardee looks like he's going to continue... kind of interesting that we're not seeing Ardee push. I don't know how Soviet can win if they don't push early and get some early value with some rhinos and stuff. But he uses the repair engineer to get that drone out. Heads up, heads up. Yeah, I said I carve it. I said it's my mantra to not reason with unreasonable people. I didn't say I'm very good at it. Can you drone your own tank? That's a big idea. Drone your own tank and then drive it into the enemy tanks. So Deso's out to counter. Yeah, so Ardee's going to go early tech, but without map control, yeah, so now Zhas in the water already. I don't know. I mean, Zhas has all the Grizzlies. I'm not sure what this was from Ardee. I mean, I get what it was, but I don't know how he thought it was going to work. The early tech, the Kurov, the IC. I get the idea. I don't know how it would work necessarily without containing the opponent a little bit. Like, if he would have, I don't know, if with some sort of map control, maybe. Oh, V3s to counter the aircraft carrier, maybe. So he does take out that nuclear reactor. It's a nice counterpunch, and it's going to put Zhas low power for the moment. V3s to now take out the naval yard. Ooh, and now this double paradrop top and bottom. Oh, he has a Deso up there. Wow, and Zhas comes in to hit that oil and doesn't get it either. Oh my god, this Kurov is completely uncontested on the top side. What's going on with this Kurov? Why is no one doing anything about this Kurov? Aircraft carrier coming in now. V3 to counter the naval yard. There's a lot going on right now. But this Kurov, damn, if he could have just blown right past the oils. But blowing some holes open in the defenses as well is nice. So now Zhas's base has a gaping hole in it. Is able to take out the naval yard, but there's multiple aircraft carriers down here. And so his Iron Curtain's ready to rock. Oh, but he goes low power now. Oh, he's low. Oh, he went low power before he could use the Iron Curtain. And then Zhas took out the Iron Curtain. Damn. That would have been a big hit. That would have been a big hit. This Iron Curtain would have been huge. He could be using the V3 to hit the aircraft carrier. He could, realistically, the other thing with the aircraft carriers, you could hit down these walls and then shoot him. Another paradrop on the top side. These double paradrops are destroying him. Nice group of Mirage tanks. Deso's his own tanks. Yeah, that was really heads up from Zhas to hit that nuclear reactor. And Ardee kind of delayed. His Iron Curtain was ready to rock. So now Ardee's going to push here, kind of go for a base trade, but he's got these Mirages. Uses a force shield. These Mirages are going to melt the Rhinos, aircraft carriers to finish things off. Yeah, pretty one-sided game, realistically. Pretty one-sided game. Yeah, Zhas, I don't know. Zhas has been kind of he really hasn't been in the last couple tournaments, you know, the pro guys, Legend and those guys, they've been beating him pretty good. So it's kind of tricky right now. The divisions are kind of tricky. There's a weird gap. The semi-pro, I'm not really sure. There's a weird division between semi-pro and pro right now. Capruccio, what? I don't even know. I don't know half of the things you just said. We got Cold now. Cold and Ardee coming. Ardee left, but it's Cold and Ardee. A Rampage Blitz token redeemed with some graphics from the '90s World Counter-Strike. All right, I'm on it. We'll look into that. I don't totally know what all that means, but we'll look into it. Cold. Yeah, Berg, but then it's too short. Cold and Ardee, the loser goes on. I specifically told Ardee that. Maybe Ardee went home. Maybe Artie's not feeling it. Berg, I want some more action today. And then we'll get a third. This is like kind of, then this works as a... all right, so now we got Ardee and Cold. All right, Kumbrucho, it's on the list, man. Cold versus Ardee is prediction open here. Get those prediction points in, guys. Let's see what we're feeling here. This could be a good game. Yeah, Ardee, yeah, I mean, realistically looking a little nervous, I think. I mean, I know Ardee's been putting up points on Zhas in their practices. But yeah, that was really, really one-sided. Yeah, I don't know. The last 2 tournaments, though, Zhas didn't do very good. So, that was, yeah, that's why he got dropped down from pro. Yeah, it's just kind of tricky right now. It's tricky. Things are too divided. Because the thing is, I don't think anyone can beat Kian. So it's like, we need a division for just Kian. And then, like, I don't know. All right, so again, we're see Ardee with that early conscript rush to the top side to try to control the nuclear reactor. I'm not sure how that's supposed to play out, but I like where his head's at. Both players rushing for that early tech. So we've seen Cold play a lot. So Cold is currently 7-0 in this tournament. He won 3 straight games in D2, 3 straight games in D1, and then he beat Ed yesterday. So he's won 7 in a row, and we've definitely seen a lot of looks from him. And he definitely likes the tech. He likes trying to control that nuclear reactor. And Soviet is definitely where he is strongest. Classic Rhino Wars is definitely where he excels. So if we see Ardee put up a fight here or put up a point, it's going to tell us a lot about where this series could go. But Cold has been very, very dominating with Soviet. Ardee was wrecking Kian? What? What? Yeah, let's close that prediction. Kian, is that true? Oh yeah, Cold is from Bolivia. I think that's the Bolivia flag. Cold from Bolivia. Yeah, sometimes Kian plays with one hand. All right, so now, yeah, so Ardee again, he had this. So this is going to be very different, different styles here. Their Soviet versus Soviet looks are very, very different. We've seen Ardee with every Soviet pick today. He goes heavy tech, goes behind the walls, heavy tech. Cold, much more traditional Rhino War player, heavy oil, heavy war factory. Always see him pushing tech here, and maybe he just thinks he's not able to get his rhinos out. But it is interesting that Cold hasn't been able to pull ahead on rhinos here. And so without a rhino advantage, he doesn't really have much going for him. Ardee's able to maintain his rhino advantage and his tech advantage here. So Ardee looking pretty tough. Who knows? You mean the other 7 hands. Kian has 7. Kian has 8 total. So if he's only using 1, there's 7. 7 that are AFK. Yeah, so this is a 3-player final. So all the players are going to play each other once. So the winner of this plays Zhas, and then if Zhas wins that, then Zhas wins. If Zhas loses that, then that means we have... Or wait, sorry, no, Cold plays Zhas after this regardless. 3-way tie, we have a tiebreaker. If Zhas wins, that's it. So Kurov's going both ways now. Ardee was able to get into the water, but didn't get much out with it. Oh, sorry, he did get a Dreadnought out. Dreadnought out, Flax to counter. See if this Kurov's going to get anything done. Cold's Kurov AFK. Ardee's is going to get some done. Yeah, but Cold builds his oils out here quite a bit. And they do get a bit vulnerable. Another flat cannon. So that, but that Kirov got something done. Wow, and a big push from Ardee here, and with that Iron Curtain, it forced Cold to pull back. He loses his MCV, so now Cold, he's low power, radically low power, no MCV, so he's not going to get his Iron Curtain off. I was going to say he does get a hit with his Iron Curtain, but he's not going to get an Iron Curtain off, so Cold is pretty much dead here. Going to go to that top side, try to blow a hole and make something happen, as Ardee brings in the crazy Ivan. So Ardee puts the first one on the board. Nope, you can't sell your oils. Oh, that's interesting. He could have maybe destroyed his own oils to get his power down, to get his Iron Curtain up. That would have been a big move. Would have been a big, big move. That's good to know. The Iron Curtain only takes one. It's so hard to center this map. All right, so now we move on to point number 2, Allied versus Allied. I think, I feel like Ardee's pretty favored here. If he took home that Soviet versus Soviet, like we said, I think that's going to be Cold's best chance. If he took that one home, I think he's going to be in a pretty tough spot here. The Allied versus Allied, really got to have some tricks up your sleeve and know the map well, and I think Ardee's sheer power of reps is going to come in here pretty big. An aerial opening from Ardee with the early Eagles, maybe some, those early Rockies pumping. Cole's just going to try to play his usual game here. Is able to avoid some Eagles. So you do see some top-level play from Cold. For a player who doesn't play QM, I don't know. He says he plays with a few of his friends casually. We don't know. Don't know how he's getting these kind of reps in, but I think he must watch a lot of big player streams and stuff. That's one thing about this game now. It's like, you know, back in the day, I used to get rushed by top-level players. You wouldn't even know what happened. You would just get crushed. But nowadays with streams and stuff, it's like, you want to get good at the game, you go watch Marco, you know? And especially in Blitz, being able to watch players, watch their openings, study them, definitely helps players progress a lot quicker. Paradrop in the back of his base. Cold's got a dog back there. Some Eagles coming as well. Might try to 1-2 this oil. Ooh, Cold snuffs out that that Paradrop nicely. Yeah, CR7. Yeah, this Blitz has nothing to do with regular Red Alert 2. It's completely different. I mean, we see Marco loses to random people on this map. So he's going to hoof it up there to try to take that nuclear reactor. So Cold does get that nuclear reactor. Takes out the AFC, but does get his Battle Lab out right before that, which is nice. So now both players on Battle Lab Tech. Battle Lab Tech now, so pretty even, but that was a nice... so Ardee, you know, Ardee winning the AFC wars here, continuously sniping the AFC. We see Cold branch out to the Naval Yard. That's nice. But Ardee's bringing a nice Prism Walk. I gotta tell Cold not to build an ion cannon or we're really gonna be in a shitstorm. I don't know if he was in the stream or not. Yeah, already looking tough here. The gap generator with the prism tanks, really, really nice. Cold did get an aircraft carrier out though, but it's just being hard countered right now by these Rockies. Yep, and now Ardee able to push his way into the water. And Cold in a bad spot. Cold's got 3 Rockies and a prayer. Ardee takes that one home as well. Yeah, see, this is the issue right now. There's such weird gaps in player skills. Cold crushed through D1. Now getting crushed by Ardee in semi-pro. All right, so now he's got Soviet versus Ally. Let's see if he can put one on the board. We need a barn burner. We need a barn burner so we can use Smery's new graphic. I need to use the barn burner graphic. I want to just show everyone, but I'm not going to. The stream's bugging out. It's lagging. All right, so now Cole's going to push towards the center. He's going to take the tech, and hopefully with some early Rhino pressure here, you can put one on the board. No. The Rampage Blitz monster's not ready. I don't know what that is. Oh, really? I was dropping frames, huh? It's weird. I don't see anything on my end. All right, so Cold taking advantage of the map here. Ooh, and we are seeing a different opening from Ardee as Ardee's going for the GGVs. Not sure what these flag tracks are doing, but that was a nice play from Ardee. So you see Cold out with all this flak, and then Ardee goes GGVs. Ardee doesn't bring any air, and that's what's nice. You know, not only you bring in a couple air openings, and then you switch it up. You throw off your opponent's build. Now he's got a bunch of flak tracks, wasting space. Oh, he built that wall on the top side. That's hilarious. He blocked in the wall. It's not going to matter, but funny idea. So Ardee gets up there and snipes that, and Ardee should be able to win this sentry battle here now as well. So Ardee able to steal that tech from Cold, so Cold now going to be low power. Yes, Zhas won the first point, so now Zhas is playing Cold after this. Zhas won his first match. Huh, that's weird. It's weird, we're not getting any lag in the game, and Slobs doesn't say that I'm dropping frames. It's weird. So yeah, Ardee, yeah, so we talked about it before, without Cold, without the Soviet player able to get something early with his Rhinos, as soon as the Allied player starts pushing tech, he's pretty much in a bad spot. And so not only was Cold not able to get anything done with his Rhinos early, he then pushed tech late. If you're not going to get anything done with the Rhinos, there is a line where you push tech, you get your Iron Curtain, you get your Kurovs, you get your Dreads, try to make something happen. But without map control, late tech, and no early hits with the Rhinos. Pretty bad spot. Not able to get that battle lab. Kurov coming now. Does have his Iron Curtain out. Ardee, yeah, I don't know. Ardee's capable of a blunder, but it'd have to be a pretty big throw right now. The Kurov changes his mind and goes back. Jay-Z Freaky Gamer in the house. Come back for Cole, do you think? Building walls, I like that. Yeah, make your opponent convert. You got to learn from Berg's match yesterday. Always make the opponent convert. Ardee's got 6 minutes though, so. Iron Curtain. He's gonna chase down the Mirages, try to thin out the army. Siege Chopper's coming in. I like that. Eagles. He's able to force shield. Rhino's coming in topside. He did thin out those Mirages. Wow, Cold's making this one interesting. I did not think this was going to be even close. He gets the MCV, but Ardee's still on 2 War Factories and his AFC. Now on 1 War Factory. Oh, if he could get him low power, that Elite Rhino's huge. What else can he take here? He's going to target the tanks. Targeting the Mirages. I'd go for that. I'd go for that power. No, he has so many power plants. Doesn't really matter. Oh my god. Did Ardee just lose this?
Here, hold this.
Oh, I threw it the wrong way. Wait, this way. Oh, it's supposed to be like that. Got it. It's weird with the webcam. I think Ardee just threw this game. Wow, I really did not think there was any way that Ardee was going to lose that. Oh, the Elite IFV takes the Iron Curtain. The Elite IFV doing work, so he does lose his Iron Curtain. Now Cold on a nuke. Oh my god, the Siege Chopper. Already lost? Wow. Yeah, that just seems so one-sided. I guess if I would have taken a better, closer look at the macro, maybe I could have seen that comeback coming, but I don't know. That just seemed really one-sided to me. Wow. Yeah, well, I mean, great play by Cold. King Cold. That's a cool graphic. So now it's Ardee's turn to try to run out the clock. Oh my god, that Deso. Wait. Wait, why did Cole just Deso? Why did Cole just Deso all of his choppers? Yeah, so Cold needs to close this out. Cold needs to close this out because he might not win on points. The nuke will go before the timer, though. Ardee's making a counter punch here with the Grizzlies. Not going to get through. Yeah, showing off to make it interesting. Oh my god, I thought I was missing something.
Player defeated.
And Ardee quits out. Ardee does quit out. Wow. Deso is his own. I was like, oh my god, now we have a bug. Now we have a tree turning into a desolator. First, it's a broken ion cannon. Now the tree's turning into a desolator. Yeah, Ardee could have tried to win on time. AXA 2021. Welcome to the stream, buddy. All right. So now Cold goes America. All right, so point number 3 here. Cold able to pull out a pretty radical comeback there. All right, looks like we're running pretty smooth there. We had a bit of lag at the end of that last game, but it looks smooth now. So Cold coming out forward with his allied build. Ardee doing the same with his Soviet. Both players throwing out that early pillbox sentry. Yeah, Cold's a good player. Yeah, it's interesting. We've seen kind of a reoccurring theme with Ardee. Ardee's his late game, his closing, he's just struggled a little bit with this in this tournament. And for those of you guys who saw the match with Berg yesterday, if you missed it, I have it highlighted on Twitch. Definitely worth watching. But yeah, just struggles a little bit closing matches. Yeah, and so it looks like Ardee's just going to take out the airport. That's a good move, Soviet versus Allied. The conscript paradrop's so useless. You don't want the Allied player to have a double GI paradrop, obviously. And so we are going to see Ardee. Yeah, Ardee's just going to mixing things up here a little bit, pumping early rhinos. Not going to go for that early tech, just going to focus on his rhinos, it looks like. Radar out now. Yeah, he might switch over to Battle Lab now. He's on 5 oils. It's interesting, this map with that free oil to start, it does kind of change things up. It allows you to stretch yourself a little bit thinner than some of the other Blitz maps early on. And so Ardee going to push right into these pillboxes, goes right for the War Factory. Just a little in and out mission. Takes that War Factory and gets out. Gets a little bit of radiation on a couple of those Grizzlies. And this is what you like to see, Soviet versus Allied, this early harassment from the Soviet player. And the Allied player, proactive pillboxes aren't enough. The AFC, super exposed, questionable building position there for Cold. Yeah, Cold in a pretty tough spot. And this is what you get, player with like Ardee kind of mixing up looks a little bit here. Not the kind of guy, you don't think, oh, this guy's for sure going to bring rhinos right away. And so by mixing things up a little bit, keeps the opponent on their toes. And in this case, Ardee with that nice early rhino hit to slow him down. Now in with the Kirovs, and Cold just quits out. Ardee looking tough. Ardee looking tough. So Ardee wins that. Now we have Cold and Zhas. All right, so now Cold and Zhas play. Okay, guys, so So yeah, so we got so Zhas beat Ardee. Ardee beat Cold. So if Zhas beats Cold, Zhas has won both, and he will be the champion. He'll take home $50, go on to the Pro Division. If Cold were to beat Zhas right now, we would have a three-way tie, and then we would do what we just did again, but it would be best of one. So that's the tiebreaker. But if Zhas takes this one home, it'll be that'll be it. It's not point spread. He doesn't need to win. He would need to win this series. It's not by point spread. So Zhas needs to win this series. So again, it is best of 5. Really? Yes, really. 1 to 270 odds. No, Kian. I think I said this in the Discord. That's how we did it. This is it's like I explained at the beginning of the stream. It's round robin, 3 players play. If there's a tie on wins, then we go over to best. Anyway, if Zhas wins, if Zhas wins this series, it's over. If it's not over, I'll explain it to you guys after that. We'll just deal with the fire when it catches. Because I think the crowd favorite is Zhas burying this one, because Zhas just buried Ardee and Ardee just buried Cold. But it's not always like that, you know. It's a little more rock paper scissory. You know, Cold could have a very specific play style that perfectly counters Zhas. You never know. You never know. Gets that drone in. So I like this from Cold. The early Rhino pressure. Please don't drive into those bunkers. Okay, okay. I think the early Rhino pressure from the top side makes more sense, probably, because you get away from the bunkers, you don't trap yourself. I wish this area of the map was actually more playable. I wish it was bigger, so you didn't get so choked. It would be nice if you could come down here and attack, but fortunately, it's just not really viable. So now we see Zhas, the early tech. He's got his Desolator out. He's got his Battle Lab. So now Cold, a lot of Desolators here. So Cold also, but counters with the drones from Zhas. So Kurov's out. He's going to be able to get some flak on it pretty quick. Cold has a bit better map control here, but are these drones going to get in? Ooh, both drones don't get in. So 5 flak ready to go. More drones coming here, and gets 1 drone in there. Ooh, wasn't it got a little distracted with that flak and didn't, with those drones, and didn't get the flak over quick enough. Only loses his forward war factory. Is his only war factory for the moment though. So Cold looking like he's getting a little antsy, trying to make something happen here. Now going to build his next one, go a little bit more reserved here. So back war factory. Deso's over to counter the naval yard. Yeah, obviously want to prevent the Dreadnought. I think the Dreadnought could probably still get out, but we'll see. A lot of flak down there, but now the Iron Curtain from Zhas. Gonna try to, yeah, it's gonna take, oh, does get a force shield. So now chasing with the Desolators. Zhas in the back of his base. Gonna get the Battle Lab, the War Factory. Yeah, Cold really on his heels here. Does have 2 War Factories. Ooh, undeploys the Desos for a second. Gonna use the guns instead. Wow, using the guns to counter those Rhinos, and is able to save his MCV for the time being. But the Dreadnoughts are continuing to pump here on the bottom. He's gonna try to move his MCV out of Dreadnought range. He's looking for a counterpunch topside. Don't think he really has the Rhinos for it. Yeah. Gets his tanks gobbled up on the top side there. Desolators. Oh, Desolators to counter those Dreadnoughts. Quits out anyway. Zhas taking home point number 1. And Cold leaves. What a stream today, huh? Yeah, you get some winners and some losers on the old stream. I think he thought it was best of 1. He thought we had moved on to the tiebreaker already, is my assumption. Okay, not so bad. Not so bad. Kane and Doofus. Let's get Kane and Doofus in here and breathe a little life into this stream. We got buggy stuff going on. I'm lagging. We got a bunch of blowout matches. Amateur hour around here, man. We don't know what we're doing. The good news is all 6 of the pros that I wanted to play in the pro bracket this weekend are playing. So we do have Marco, Zane, Legend, Kian, Quas. Wait. Who am I forgetting? Anyway, all of the big pros going to be here this weekend. Hopefully get some good games and redeem ourselves. We've actually had some good games. All of the divisions so far have actually played pretty good. I think there was one division. There was a couple. I think like BR blew out his division. We've actually had quite a few games in a lot of these. But hopefully this weekend the pros can end this tournament strong. I really like how this map ended up playing. But today was not the day for good games. Unfortunate. Doofus with the biddies. Appreciate it, buddy. Doofus is always here. The barn is frozen, Smear? Oh, yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, we ain't using the barn burner emoji today, that's for sure. Kane, I didn't know that. Are you Dutch, too? I'm going to be in Amsterdam in a couple weeks. You guys all want to hang out? I know, the backdoor seals are really what we need to save this. So the seals, so Navy SEALs and Tanya's can blow up these bottom walls, which is pretty cool. I'm coming over, no, it's not a couple weeks, it's May. I'm coming over May, like, 10th or something. Could bring them via chopper, but yeah, they can swim down and blow up those walls. These walls are kind of interesting because they're not like regular walls. Regular walls, obviously, seals, you can't C4 them, but these walls can be C4'd. And then also, you could get a robot tank split. I think next month we'll let the allied player build robot tanks without the stupid robot building, because they're kind of useless, except in wacky situations where they're funny. So I think we could get some more robot tanks in here. So Zhas going to bring 2 AFCs here, allied versus allied. Make sure he keeps his AFCs up. Try to, yeah, he's going to go double eagle pads as well. Cold has a pretty nice tank advantage here. These eagles are going to start picking him apart though. Oh ho ho! I thought that oil was going to take his MCV, able to save the MCV. Oh, you could require the building and not make them go. Yeah, is Armageddon you can build them without the thing, or does they just don't go low power? Tries to dive with the Rockies here, and the Eagles come in. Does get 1 pad. Zha's gonna answer with his own Eagles. Hovering, not able to get that oil. Oh yeah, I forgot Armageddon is oh yeah, that's right. I feel like I read a mod where I felt like I read one time where Frank was talking about a mod where I feel like one time Frank was saying robot tanks that don't go low power. I don't remember what the context was. So Zha's paradrop on the bottom side. He's got the Eagles to counter. Zha's with a nice group of Grizzlies now. CS Pro $10. $10? He's not even making me work for it, man. It's like the worst stream of the month. Just kidding, buddy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. $10 turns into $20 going towards next month's tournament. We're going to have 7 divisions. Berg's making the new map. It's going to be a banger. We're all excited about it. Everyone come play. Zha's nice little in and out with those Rockies. Zha's looking pretty tough right now. Ah, SFJ. CS Pro. What a supporter, man. Keeping the energy alive around here. Zha's with a massive Grizzly army. So Cold's going to go behind his walls here. And so Zha's, if he attacks, if he does this wrong, he can kind of get himself into a bottleneck. Oh, that Rocky battle's really close. If Cold can pull ahead here on the Rockies and then try to get some nice chip damage in, he should target those other Rockies first. The Eagle Wars are just constant. Constant Eagle Wars. Yeah, this is Yuri's Revenge. So we have robot tanks. I think I'll just make it so you can build them right away though. Dives in, hits that battle lab, and Zha's just keeping the Eagles pumping right now. Cold's got a nice group of Grizzlies, but unfortunately Zha's group's bigger. This battle lab. Just blocking, using the battle lab as a wall. It's a really expensive wall. Cold is broke, unfortunately. He's taking quite a few hits here. So Cold, Zhas hasn't switched over to battle lab tanks, which is interesting because he has an 8K. Zhas is just pretty focused on his Air Force right now. Cold doesn't have any money, which is too bad because he's in the water. But Zha's looking really tough. He's got these. So Cold's got Mirage tanks, some IFVs. So now here comes Zhas with the Prism tanks. So Zhas isn't going to bring out any Mirages. Very interesting. Just going straight Prisms. Ooh, nice range on that Prism. Just Cold doesn't have an Eagle to counter it, and that one Prism doing work right now. He's going to pull back. He could try to engage here, realistically. If he micros this right, I don't think he's that far behind, especially with these Mirages. This is a lot of microing, though. He's got these Mirages. He needs to put the Grizzlies in front, get the Mirages behind. Ooh, nice in and out with the Rockies. Get some IFVs in there. Very good move from Zhas with that forward Patriot missile. Zhas playing with his food. Yeah, Zhas looking pretty tough. Zhas just devastating with these Eagles. Just keeps the Eagles pumping. Hits another oil, just wrecking Cold's economy on the backside. And that's why I'd be tempted for if I was Cold to maybe try to make something happen here, because I think he's just going to slowly get picked apart by the allied player. Zhas goes 2 battle labs. So now the aircraft carriers are out. It would be interesting to start using the aircraft carriers to target these tanks. So the aircraft carriers could just start targeting the army, and then you could try to make a push. Cold is broke, though. He is broke. Yeah, Zhas not... Oh, Tanya out to take the naval yard. Yeah, Zhas not building much. He's on 10K. I think he's just confident with these... Oh, the Prism tank's up on the ledge now. Can the aircraft carriers counter? Massive push from Zhas on the right side. Gonna lose most of his army here, and we do hit the 2-minute warning. Oh, that paradrop on the bottom side uses the force shield to save that oil. Ooh, can he keep targeting? If he micros these Prism tanks, he should be able to counter these. And Zhas throwing a lot of Prism tanks bottom side. If it comes down to points, that could be pretty... That's a lot of points, but... Zhas has gotten a lot of kills here. There's no reason for Zhas to let this come down to points, but both players got to be feeling that here as they make a final push. A lot of Rockies. He's got those forward Patriot missiles doing a lot of work. And now he has a lot of elite aircraft carriers. Going to take that forward war factory, but he needs to protect these aircraft carriers. That's a big part of Cold's strategy here. And he is going to lose them. Oh, wow. And again, he saves the aircraft carriers. Now, Cold has to go to work. Cold's up on his army massively, and he needs to go to work right now. Zhas is going to come in with the Rockies from the top side and try to finish this out. And so you see Cold spamming the IFVs here to try to slow him down. Eagle's out now. And they should be able to get this MCV. Yep, so he does get the MCV, but at this point in the game, the MCV doesn't matter much because we're in the final minute of the game. This one's going to come down to points. Hard to say how the points are going to settle here. The points are interesting because when you attack, you destroy buildings, which are valuable. You get points, but you lose armies. And armies are also very, very valuable. Now, these Hornets, he needs to be careful. These Hornets do give points when they're destroyed, so it's a bit annoying. Cold has all the momentum right now. He should be trying to harvest points. These Prism tanks are juicy. That's a lot of points. There goes the timer. Let's see how it goes. Cold takes it home. Decisively. Quite a few more kills. Cold wins it. Brings us to 1-1. And yeah, Zhas could have dropped the hammer there a little bit earlier on. Yeah, no reason to let him stay alive that long and have something like that happen. Cold did a good job staying alive, though, but Zhas just a little too committed to his Air Force. He did a great job with the Air Force, but the Air Force is more of like chopping their legs off, and then you got to go off and go in and chop their head off. So that's 1-1. Smary, we could have a barn burner on our hands. You never know. This would, if Cold beats Zhas, we would have a 3-way tie, and then we'd go on to a sudden death round robin. We could redeem the stream today. We could. It all started with CS Pro's $10 and Doofus's biddies. All right, so now we go Allied versus Sov, 1-1, best of 5. I know, 76 viewers, it's hilarious. Because it's terrible games today. Although now we're getting into a good game. Just kidding. All 76 of you don't leave. I appreciate you hanging out through the thick and the thin, weathering the storm with me. This one could turn into a barn burner. You never know. Could turn into a barn burner. It's all thanks to Mr. Mad Tank's video explaining how to play the game online. That's where I send everyone, man. I send everyone to your video. That's how we get all these new players. All right, and I like this. I actually really like this from Cold. We've talked about this early on. These players, you have to remember, they have fog of war, so they can't see each other's bases, and a lot of times they can't see each other for a long time. So I like that early IFV to go straight into his base and just scout the whole thing, especially with the Soviet player. You want to know, are they going to go heavy war factories, or are they going to push tech? And yeah, so I think that's very, very interesting. And now we are going to see Zhas, and Zhas bringing out a bit of a trick play here. So he's going to build down from the cliff, and we're probably going to see Zhas oil walk. because by telling him he can't use the oil cannon, he's going to try to make a point of breaking the game in another way. So we'll probably see an oil walk here. Not going to matter. That's a nice trick play. We did see that. Someone brought out that early play like that in one of the lower division tournaments with a prism walk. They hit the nuclear reactor and built down really, really quick. And God damn it, Cold. It's best of 5. Yeah, and that's what I really like though about Zhas is that he practices the map, he gets these reps in, and he doesn't just like fine tune one meta. He very specifically has a handful of tricks, and he has a handful of trick plays, and then he specifically uses them to really, and it really confuses the opponent. So now this is game 4. So now, oh wait, that's not right. Okay, yeah. So now Cold goes. Sov? Yeah. Yeah, and it really makes it interesting, you know, having to anticipate your opponent. We saw the same kind of thing from Ardee, like when Cold went heavy anti-air, and then Ardee didn't bring out any air units. You know, switching things up like that, really keeping your opponent on their toes is really, really big, making them adjust to you. And I like that from Zhas. I mean, Zhas, he's got a massive bag of tricks. And that was a great play to bust that out, game number 3, right after losing some momentum, and stealing back momentum in the match, getting himself a quick point, and now putting himself 2-1. EC Zeller, thanks for the follow, buddy. So now it is 2-1, match point if Zhas can take this one home. Zhas will win the whole tournament. Again, if Cold wins this, we'll have a 3-way tie. We'll go to a sudden death. Not really a sudden. Anyway, I'll explain it. I'll deal with the fire when it catches. Yeah, so Cold, and so Cold does get Sov now, and yeah, like we talked about, Cold definitely a lot more comfortable playing Sov. And we're gonna see some early tech battles on the top side. You don't want to battle with Zhas for tech, man. It's nasty business. Zhas knows it well. So look at these guys scrambling with their engineers. Oh, not able to run it over. Now we're gonna see a quick sentry gun, and Cold's gonna have to get out of there, or a pillbox. Oh, he's gonna steal it back. Oh, and Zhas sells it off. Yep, and a nice little scramble on that top side, and Zhas does come out on top by selling the nuclear reactor. So it's interesting to see now that tech is off the map early. And so now it'll be interesting. Players can actually build up there from this oil. They can build right up to that top side. So Zhas going early, super early Grizzlies, and Zhas has a nice tank advantage right now. And Cold needs to be very, very careful. He needs to be using these rhinos defensively. If he falls behind in an open field battle, he will not be able to defend himself. But at the same time, I like it. Cold keeping Zhas on his toes, forcing him out of position. And Zhas is going to take the airport. So now Zhas on two paradrops, which is very, very annoying for a Soviet player. It's a lot of GIs. Cold needs to run here, and Zhas is going to chase him down with a massive tank advantage. Cold bringing a few more rhinos into the fight. Going to engage here, and is able to shift the tides with those reinforcements. So Zhas pulls back to that pillbox. And now we're going to see the Eagles coming. Super, super early Eagles. They're going to start taking a lot of hits. They take out that barracks. Yeah, and Cold, I mean, Cold feels it. You got to know it by now. Soviet, you're going rhinos. You got to get some value early on. You got to get value out of those rhinos before they start losing their own value. So Cold wants to find an opening here, but Zhas is turtled in very, very nicely, and he's got a nice group of Grizzlies to defend himself. So Deso out now, and here comes the double paradrop. I like this from Zhas, the top-bottom paradrop that he does. You gotta snipe this out. Number 1, destroy Zhas' airport, because you can't continuously deal with these. Oh, and the sniper! Oh, Zhas brings the sniper up on the hill topside to snipe out the Deso. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Very, very heads up. Oh, and it looks like he had a sneaky flat cannon back there. That was clever. That was a really, really well orchestrated play from Zhas. That top bottom paradrop with the sniper outside the wall. I like that. Yeah, you can. So yeah, so both players only got one person in each bunker. You can juice up the towers too. Most people don't juice the towers. I'd recommend it. Ooh, pathing issues. Pathing issues. Now decimating his own tanks. Oh, that was unfortunate for Cold. And so with that misclick there, Cold is going to give up his tank advantage pretty decisively. Does Deso? Nice Deso here. Prism tanks coming in. He's on Battle Lab tech. Now Desoing his own tanks. It's a lot of Eagles. It's a lot of Eagles. So now aircraft carriers out. Cold quits out. Zhas takes it home. Zhas wins 3-0 or 3-1, but he does win the semi-pro division. Yeah, I'll call, I'll be truthful. Pretty lackluster. Yeah, a bit unbalanced there, but like we talked about, Zhas has been getting beat up by some of these guys in the last 2 tournaments. So that's really what I go off of. I think this map, Zhas just playing this map super, super well. It's gonna be interesting to see how he comes into this pro division. Yeah, Cold did play pretty well. Zhas is just in beast mode right now. So, yeah, pretty difficult. But we'll see how that carries over to the pro tournament. So this weekend, guys, well, actually, it's Thursday. Yeah, we're going to start these tomorrow, actually. So starting these tomorrow, this is the pro division. Luke was